From Fox 5 News, this is Good Day New York.
For years, Rosanna, you avoided Facebook.
I did.
You criticized those who went on it.
I didn't criticize them. I just, you know.
You said something along those lines.
It wasn't my thing.
Well,
it wasn't my thing.
Now you are off and running. I've never seen you not on Facebook, except for, confined interview segments, that kind of thing. Now, people are spending a lot of time on Facebook, and there's this from the Center for Eating Disorders. One of the most popular features of Facebook are these pictures. Right. Looking at pictures. The Center for Eating Disorders says 51% of Facebook users surveyed said they felt more self-conscious about their bodies after seeing their photos. 80% said they log on to Facebook at least once a day. 44% say they wish they had the same body weight as a friend. You look at those pictures, a lot of them are, in ideal circumstances, the beach, parties, and you feel jealous.
Of course.
This study has confirmed that.
Absolutely. Well, Dr. Harris Straightner, a psychologist and addiction specialist in our area, is here with us this morning. What do you make of it, Doc?
It makes sense to me. I think that growing up in that generation where youngsters and young adults are seeing their pictures constantly, they're becoming very self-conscious, and there's actually a name for that we doctors have called body dysmorphic image.
Body dysmorphic image.
Yeah, and it can, particularly in women, lead to eating disorders, anorexia, bulimia.
But you know what? You could say that when you look at a magazine or when you watch TV, everybody is 5 pounds, soaking wet.
Right.
I mean, so it's all around us.
It is, but they're constantly blasted. When we grew up, they weren't, boy, you're young, but when we grew up, we didn't have our image constantly blasted in front of us. Now they're so self-conscious, everything's image. Colleges are looking at your image. We at medical schools look at Facebook pages, and they're uptight, and they're dating online, and this is their whole world.
And doctor, it's one thing to look in a magazine at an image, see a model, thin, that kind of thing, and envy that person's body, but now you're looking at a friend's body.
Exactly.
You're looking at people you know.
Exactly.
And apparently that stings, according to this study.
It does, and what we need to understand is that body dysmorphic image, the individual really believes they look like that. They really think that their body is off, that they need plastic surgery, that they need a nose job, that they need their eyes done. We're talking about people who are 25 years old. This is craziness.
So what advice do you have? Stay off Facebook?
No. I think the advice I would give is the same advice I give to the nation. We have to become more spiritual, and I don't mean talking about religion or God. We just have to look on the inside. We have to understand that people affect people by who they are. And the old adage, you can't judge a book by its cover, we need to come back to that. It's very important.
That's a tall order. I mean, when you remember the old adage, it's better to look good than to feel good.
Right.
That guy on SNL from a long time ago.
But not constantly. You have to realize you're human, and that there are going to be times you're going to look your best and times you're not. And they're constantly taking pictures. If I see one more picture of somebody with their dog on Facebook, and I better be careful because I have a picture of my dog on Facebook.
Yeah, me too. But listen, I mean, just a few weeks ago, there was another study out that said people, get depressed when they look at their friend's Facebook page because they realize maybe their life is not as fun as their friend's life. I mean, why are we obsessed with this Facebook?
Everybody seems to be having a party when you look on Facebook. And they often are. At least that's right.
Or at least they're grabbing a single moment in their life when there's a party going on.
Right.
But we have to stop comparing ourselves so much. You see this with kids who are cheating on the SATs. Everybody's competing with everybody else. It's got to stop. We've got to come back to some level of whatever normalcy is.
I would have thought during this economic downturn that we would have had that moment. Yeah. But it doesn't seem like that.
No, it hasn't gotten there yet. It's just we're just so involved in images, Facebook, Twittering. I mean, think of being on TV. Think of I have a radio show. Everything is about my image, and I become very self-conscious.
Just like Andre Agassi said many years ago.
Yeah.
Image is everything. In that Nike commercial. I mean, that was ridiculous.
Right.
But seems to be the case.
Yeah. When's your radio show on? Where can we hear it?
Every Saturday from 11 to 12. I'm in my 24th year on Cumulus Media, AM 1230, WFAS.
And where can we find you day in and day out?
Day in and day out, I'm just doing my practice. And
where is
also 244 East 58th Street, and I'm also the Regional Clinical Vice President of Caron Rehab Centers.
Dr. Harris Straightner, nice to meet you.
Pleasure.